Losing Jenkins was hard on the crew, and I'm glad we didn't lose you too.
Things were pretty rough down there.
Yeah, you never get used to seeing dead civilians. Doesn't seem right somehow. But at least you stopped Saren from wiping out the whole colony.
I couldn't have done it without you.
We're Marines. We stick together.
Ei, isso não foi flirt, ok?
Yeah, I wish I could have done
Isso eu
something
estou
to
sendo
save
legal.
him.
I was there. You did everything right. It was just bad luck. It's been a hell of a shakedown, Cruz. Our first mission ends with one Spectre killing another. The Citadel Council's not going to be happy about that. Probably use it to lever more concessions out of the Alliance.
Keep it to yourself.
You've got a good grasp of the situation. You a career man?
Yeah, a lot of biotics are. We're unrestricted, but we sure don't go undocumented. May as well get a paycheck for it. Besides, my father served. I made him proud when I enlisted. Eventually. But is that why you're here? Because of your family?
Teu família
I
não.
never met my parents. If they wanted to see me, they'd have contacted me after that mess a few years back.
Oh, that's right. Torfin. A messy business. Imagine that bought you any post in the fleet. Word is we're heading for the Citadel, ma'am. Can you, tell me why?
The captain hopes the ambassador can get an audience with the council. Tell them what Saren's been up to.
Makes sense. They'd probably like to know he's not working for them anymore. Whatever happens, we'll be ready, Commander.
Yes. E aí, tia?
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure.
Oi?
I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I
Que
wanted
terra
to travel the
vocês vivem no
stars,
futuro,
tending the
mano?
wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined.
Com
But
certeza
humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse. And the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
Que isso,
What
homem vai
kind
dar
of
pau?
complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain.
Meu Deus!
There's a long list of horrific side effects. Hayden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
Meu Deus, eu sou L3 também.
I
Tchau.
should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Hippie.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over
Eu sou
what
escrota
happened.
aqui, mas lá eu
If
sou
Jenkins is
legal.
still alive, I might not be here.
Soldiers die.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. I appreciate that.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out. And you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Fala isso pra todo mundo.
I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
I should go. Don't disappoint me. Meu Deus.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
De nada. Eita porra, eu tô correndo muito. E aí, galera? Oi? Tudo bem? Tudo bem? talking but your lips ain't moving. Ó como corre, ó como corre. Ah, não corre muito não. Elevadorzão. Oba. E aí, careca?
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
Deixa eu ver isso aqui. Não dá pra... Ah, tá, tem que estar mais perto. É? Ah, filho, eu só queria ver. E a gente trabalhando bem.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Porra, eu achei que dava pra fazer mais coisa antes. Meu Deus, que lindo.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need
Sempre
firepower,
vou, só
too.
touchinho.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
Tá, porra.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony!
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Qual foi, tio?
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres.
Ah,
The
cala a boca,
mission on
esqueleto,
Eden
mano.
Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Oxe.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
The Citadel is an ancient... The Council is an executive committee composed of representatives from the Asari Republics, the Turian hierarchy, and the Solarian Union. Though they have no official power over the independent governments of other species, the Council's decisions carry great weight throughout the galaxy. No single Council race is strong enough to defy the other two, and all have a vested interest in compromise and cooperation. Each of the Council species has general characteristics associated with the various aspects of governing the galaxy. The Asari are typically seen as diplomats and mediators. The Solarians gather intelligence and information. The Turians provide the bulk of the military and peacekeeping forces. Any species granted an embassy on the Citadel is considered an associate member, bound by the accords of the Citadel Conventions. Associate members may bring issues to the attention of the Council, though they have no input on the decision. The Human Systems Alliance became an associate member of the Citadel in 2165. Kinetic Medigel is... Biotics is the ability of rare individuals to manipulate dark energy and create mass effect fields through the use of electrical impulses from the brain. Intense training and surgically implanted amplifiers are necessary for a biotic to produce mass effect fields powerful enough for practical use. The relative strength of biotic abilities varies greatly among species and with each individual. There are 3 branches of biotics. Telekinesis uses mass-lowering fields to levitate or impel objects. Mass-raising kinetic fields are used to block or pin objects. Spatial distortion uses rapidly shifting mass fields to shred objects. Most organic species are capable of developing biotic abilities, though there are risks involved. Biotics are the result of an in utero exposure to element 0. This usually causes fatal cancers in the victim, but in rare cases, it coalesces into nodules within the fetus's developing nervous system.
Tá bom, então. Ué, o que faltou, velho?
Fifth, after the Citadel, the system, combat, Ué,
eu vi tudo, não vi? Por que o Codex ainda tá... Ah, secondary. Aham. Tá bom. E aí, galera?
I can't tell the aliens from the animals.
Que isso?
Big place.
Captain Hendrickson reported some unusual energy readings during a patrol of the Argos Row cluster. She had particular concerns about the Hydra system, but was recalled before her team could investigate further. No patrols are scheduled for that sector. We want to send in a recon team. Entendi nada, vou embora. Oi, os bichos! Oh, que bonitinho! Your reputation! No, you were betrayed!
I will look into it for you.
Isso aqui. Oi?
Hello there, human.
Oi!
Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
Eu não vou te... Não vou te atrapalhar de jeito nenhum, pelo amor de Deus.